is easier and more profitable than cleaning upholstery or carpets. Few cleaners, however, are taking advantage of this market. Those few, less than 10%, recognize this virgin market with opportunity for growth and profit. Draperies can now be cleaned right where they hang, and they can actually be guaranteed against shrinkage or damage. In-plant dry cleaning facilities will not guarantee the cleanability of draperies. In most cases, they'll ask the customer to sign a waiver, relieving them of all responsibility if drapes are damaged or shrunk. Hotels, motels, and institutions are just waiting for your service. These customers can amortize the cost of on-site cleaning in just the drapes saved from shrinkage, damage, or loss. It's a service they need and can't get anywhere else. At the very top of a drapery is the top hem, or header. Inside the header is a cardboard-type material referred to as the buckram, or the crinoline. This material stiffens the header. The header will lose its stiffness if the buckram is over-wet during the wet cleaning process. At the bottom of the drapery is the bottom hem. This hem usually contains weights to allow the drapes to hang evenly. Most draperies are pleated from the top. The best and simplest way to estimate a drapery's cleaning cost is to count the pleats. The average charge across the U.S. is $1.50 to $2 per pleat. A cornice box hides the header and adds a decorative effect. It's usually made of decorated wood or wood covered with padded fabric. A valance may be used as an alternative to a cornice box. The valance is actually a miniature drape. Cornice boxes can only be cleaned on-site. Swags and pleated valances are similar in design. They too cannot be removed easily and are an excellent source of income for the on-site cleaner. Some draperies have a lining or backing. This lining gives the drape a finished look and protects it from the sun, extending its life. If, instead of a second sheet of fabric, latex is fused to the back of the drapes are called latex-backed. If this fused material is vinyl, the drapes are referred to as vinyl-backed, or blackout drapes. Blackout drapes are easily wet cleaned because the vinyl backing keeps the drape from shrinking. Always wet clean blackout drapes with a cleaning solution below 125 degrees, or you may bubble the backing. Chlorinated solvents will destroy latex or vinyl-backed drapes, so they can never be cleaned at the dry cleaners. Most drapery fabrics are natural or a combination of natural and synthetic fibers. To determine if a fabric is natural or synthetic, perform a burn test. Cut off a piece of excess fabric from behind the header or behind one of the hems and burn the material in an ashtray. If it turns to a soft ash, the fabric is definitely natural. If it turns into an uncrushable black bead, then the fabric is a synthetic. If the results are questionable, you may have a combination of natural and synthetic fibers, in which case, treat the draperies as you would a natural fabric and dry clean it. Approximately 80% of the draperies you'll come in contact with will be natural. The other 20% will be synthetic and wet cleanable. Begin drapery inspection by checking the header. See if the buckram is smooth or if it's distorted or damaged. If it does not appear normal, note the condition on your checklist. Sometimes the entire header sags forward. This can be due to improper installation. The effect is the same as the drapery touching the floor, pulling its weight down from the header. Sometimes the top of the header is frayed from rubbing against the ceiling. Check all hems. If threads are unraveling, they should be repaired. Inspect for holes, tears, and damage of any kind. Inspect it for water stains and pet stains. Water and pet stains are the toughest stains to remove and rarely clean out. Try removing the stains with 3% hydrogen peroxide, usually available at your corner pharmacy. Use the spotting tool. Apply and vacuum. Check the curtain cord and the tension pulley. You can tighten the tension by adjusting or replacing the tension pulley. It's easy to do, and you can charge extra for that service. Before you begin cleaning, you may want your customer to sign a statement acknowledging the results of your inspection, or if a signature makes you uncomfortable, review the form with the customer and give her a copy. The testing procedure for drapery fabrics is the same as the testing procedure for upholstery. Test in the area hidden behind the header or in some other inconspicuous spot. Test each color separately. If the drape is all one color, there's no need to test. Test for fabric strength by drawing a bone scraper across a section of the drapery which has been exposed to the most sunlight. The preferred technique is to angle the bone scraper 45 degrees to the fabric and drag the scraper slowly and gently downwards. Repeat the procedure horizontally across the drapes. Look for any fibers that have broken or spread excessively. Check threads along the seams with your bone scraper. They may be weak. Another way to check for fabric strength is to gently pull and twist the fabric while listening for crackling and inspecting for any separation. If a bone scraper is unavailable, this test will suffice. If weak areas are detected, it does not mean the drapes are uncleanable. It merely alerts you to the area that needs gentler action. Let the customer know that the drapes would fall apart if sent to a dry cleaning plant. By individually working each section of the drapes, the on-site cleaner can do the job without damaging the drapes. Testing and inspection only takes a few minutes. It should be a part of your routine. Fill the Ultimate PB3 with solvent. Using a ladder, remove the 2 drapery pins from the wall brackets. Clamp one corner of a 4mm plastic sheet to one of the wall brackets. Double the plastic over to give it more strength. Draw the plastic behind the drape and clamp it to the other wall bracket. The plastic sheeting will protect the walls and windows from overspray. It also seals the back of the drapes to create greater suction for your vacuum. Extend the drop cloth under the drapes to protect the floor or carpets from overspray. If you should ever overspray solvent on the walls or windows, don't attempt to wipe it off. Wiping off the solvent will leave dirt smears. If left to dry, the solvent will evaporate away. All lined draperies should be clean on both sides. If the draperies are not lined, clean the back of the header. The rest of the drape can be cleaned from the front only. The suction of your vacuum will draw the dirt from the back to the front, cleaning both sides at the same time. If the drapes are lined, clean the back of the drapes first. Unpin 1/2 of the drapery, folding it back across the other half and clamping it in place, as he has done here. This is a good time to clean and lubricate the curtain rod using a clear silicone solution. This service should be part of your original presentation to your customer. Note that the operator has a snap ring through his belt, which is secured to the vacuum and pressure hoses. This eliminates most of the weight of the hoses. Before cleaning, vacuum out the pockets behind the header using a crevice tool. Insects live and lay eggs in these areas. Begin cleaning the header. First, vacuum. Then pre-spray with Synergizer, following with the spray and vacuum stroke. Your cleaning tool will move easily across the pleats. If the area is very soiled, follow up with simultaneous spray and vacuum strokes. Divide the drapes into sections, cleaning one section at a time. The dirtiest portion of the drape will be the upper 20%. The rest of the drapery can be cleaned with a single pre-spray, followed by a simultaneous spray and vacuum stroke. When cleaning the bottom of the drapery, use horizontal strokes to avoid overspraying onto the carpet. Use the same cleaning procedure on the other half of the drape. Now you can clean the rest of the drapery without the ladder. If you're going to clean shears, they should be cleaned first. Most shears are synthetics, usually nylon, Dacron, or polyester, and can be wet cleaned. If the shears are natural, they must be dry cleaned. If the same job requires